some new features, and some questions. So every couple weeks, Mudita has been releasing some features regarding their new device, the Kompakt. Last week, they released a feature called Offline Plus. Now, if you look on the left-hand side of the device, you'll see a switch. With this switch, you can turn off the GSM, the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the microphone and camera. This enables you to completely disconnect and, more importantly, give you ultimate privacy. At least that's what they say on the website. I can see where this feature could come in handy, but I can also see myself accidentally switching it on or off and not getting calls, and I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the iPhone switch. You know, the switch that turns your phone from loud to a silent or vibrate? It's kind of like the same kind of feature, but it goes a step further and turns off all your cell phone reception, your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, and again, most importantly, your microphone and camera. Because as we know, all of our devices are listening all the time, especially Google and Apple. They just want to know so that way they can give us target advertising and know exactly what we want. I mean, how many times have you talked or even thought about something and next time you open your browser, you see an advertisement for that specific item or something that you said with a friend? I mean, it's crazy. So having this option to turn it off your phone completely is a good feature, and I can see a lot of people really liking it because privacy is a big subject. Now there's another feature that I missed in my last video. I don't know how it slipped through my hands, but I don't want to forget about it. This is the dual SIM capability. So with this device, you can insert 2 SIMs and you'll be able to make calls and use both SIMs. This comes in handy when you're traveling, for example. I mean, I learned this the hard way in my last trip to the US, where my French SIM card got blocked and I got slapped with 130 euros of roaming charges. Now, that's a whole nother subject, but from that experience, I learned it's important to have a second SIM, especially if you're going to stay long-term in another location. Now I have an eSIM for the US and I have my physical French SIM when I'm in France. This device seems to have just 2 physical spots for SIMs. I don't see any mention of an eSIM capability, so keep this in mind if you're someone who prefers to use eSIMs. Now, besides the features that have been released for the device, there's been a lot of conversation and questions regarding the price or potential price of this item. Last week, along with the feature release, Mudita also sent out a survey for those people on the waitlist. Within this survey, they had multiple questions about what you prefer in a device, what you're looking for in a minimal device, and they also had one question regarding price. It was along the lines of, what price would you be comfortable with spending on a device like this? I think there were ranges from 100 to 200, going all the way up to 500 and more. So I think they're trying to kind of gauge what people are willing to spend on this particular device. But if you go on their product site, you can kind of see the price range that they place for certain items. For example, they have an alarm clock that's 199 euros. Even their previous device, the Mudita Pure, was over 300 euros, I think 369 new. So I'm guessing that this device is going to have a premium price tag. If I had to estimate, it's probably going to be more than the minimal phone, but less than the Light Phone 3. So I'm guessing maybe around 400, 450 if I had to guesstimate. Maybe they'll have special deals on the Kickstarter campaign. I don't know. It's up to the company, of course. But I'm thinking that this device is probably going to have a premium price tag if you're looking at the history of the company itself and their current products on their website. Now, besides the price point, there are a lot of discussions of features people would like or what features could be potentially added to this particular device. Now, I want to remind everybody this is a dumb phone or a minimal phone at that, so it will not have access to the Google Play Store, and it probably won't have a lot of apps that you may be looking for, such as banking apps or certain communication apps like WhatsApp. Maybe they'll surprise us and give us the ability to sideload these applications if needed, but I doubt this will be a main feature, of course, of the device because it is a minimal device and it's targeted at people who are digital minimalist and want to reduce the time on their devices. There are also discussions on whether this phone will have features similar to the Light phone with having a directory or directions and things like that. And I think these are valid questions. And in order to use certain devices, I know for myself, I need directions. I'm somebody who's visually impaired and I rely greatly on directions when I'm going to unfamiliar locations and I can't see street signs or the specific locations of buildings. So this would be an excellent feature. And even having a directory to find restaurants or specific locations would be awesome. And I think a lot of people would use that feature. It's not something that would be distracting or you'd be wasting a lot of time in, like a browser or something like that, but being able to get around is certainly a useful feature for any mobile device. What kind of features would you like to see on this device besides the ones already released, of course? And what do you think about the price point? Do you think it's going to be higher or lower than certain devices being announced? I would really like to see your opinion on this, and I think it's pretty much the biggest topic concerning whether or not people will get this device over other devices coming out soon. Thank you again so much for watching and see you soon.